to be a meteorologist. When I grow up, I want to be a police officer.
I want to be a firefighter when I grow up, because they fight fires.
When I grow up, I want to be a teacher. And I want to be a nurse.
When I grow up, I want to be princess.
Although dreaming to be a princess does sound nice, what do all of these jobs have in common? You guessed it, money. As a group, we decided to do some research on what our struggles were as college students.
Ideally, your monthly rent and utilities bill should be no more than 30% of your monthly net income after taxes. These costs can include first and last month's rent, security deposit, pet deposits, and holding fees. The rental market. The rental market fluctuates depending on location and time of year. Do not wait until the last minute to buy an apartment because prices will increase and places to live will become scarce. What kind of establishment should you live in? In a 2015 survey conducted by the National Multifamily Housing Council, 43% of renters live in apartment buildings with 5 or more units. For a renting student, the decision will essentially come down to living in an apartment or a group house. The smartest decision for a college student is to live with 1 or more roommates. The longer your lease, the cheaper your rent will be, which is in the long run easier for everyone.
Retail sales of organic food rose from $3.6 billion in 1997 to $21.1 billion in 2008, according to the USDA. Eating a healthy diet versus an unhealthy one costs about $1.50 more a day, which might not sound like much, but works out to more than $2,000 per year. I interviewed a few friends of mine, and here's their story relating to fast food.
I eat like 1/4 of my week I'll eat out. Like today, for instance, for lunch I usually go and get a pretzel from Annie Ann's Pretzels, which is delicious.
Do you eat out a lot?
Unfortunately, yes. It's because I'm never home. So
currently, no, I do not eat out a lot, and it's because I know that it's bad for you, and because I'm broke. We are a 4-member family on 1 income in Southern California, so that's really hard.
4 or 5 months at a time where I'm eating completely clean and nothing but organic food, and then there'll be like a 4 or 5 month period of eating nothing but garbage food, eating every sweet pastry that I've ever wanted, and that's not exactly healthy.
Low-income American adults have higher rates of heart disease, diabetes, stroke, and other chronic disorders than wealthier Americans. Residents of low-resource neighborhoods often have limited access to resources of nutritious food. They are more likely to live in neighborhoods with food deserts, an over-concentration of fast food outlets, convenience stores, corner stores, and liquor stores.
Under the Affordable Care Act, children can obtain coverage through their parents' employer-sponsored or privately purchased insurance plan through the age of 26. With the cost of medical care so high, they are at a great financial risk should an unexpected medical event occur. In the United States, medical debt is the #1 cause of bankruptcies. According to an investigative report done by the New York Times in 2013, the average cost for an inpatient day in an American hospital is $4,000. The most expensive hospitals charge more than $12,500 per day. Extrapolating such costs, it is easy to see how major illnesses or needed surgery would lead to huge medical expenses that few people, let alone those aged 19 to 29, can afford. In 2015, U.S. healthcare costs were $3.2 trillion. Healthcare costs have risen faster than the annual income. Under the healthcare law, you must have qualifying health coverage or pay a penalty on your next federal tax return. The penalty is 2.5% of household income, or $695 per adult, half of that per child, whichever is higher. The penalty rises yearly with inflation.
Future college students must consider the cost of attendance to plan their expenses. These estimations from colleges influence the choice of school. Inaccurate estimations also decide the amount of financial aid. If an estimation is lower than the actual cost, then a student faces financial issues leading to more dropouts. In an article published by New York Times, a study claims 60% of colleges provide inaccurate living estimations. University of California, Santa Barbara estimated 2016 living cost being $6,345, but the website Trulia found $13,478 is spent per student for 2 bedrooms. Dr. Goldrick Rabb of the Wisconsin Hope Lab claims this is how you get debt and no degree. Inaccurate high estimations limit a student's options due to the unaffordable impressions. When comparing on-campus and off-campus living expenses, factors such as location affect cost. On-campus may include free internet and utilities with higher rent, while off-campus may include cheaper rent with higher individual expenses such as transportation. Most importantly, living costs for college students have rapidly increased. Urban Institute had a study claiming living costs for a four-year college in 1964 averaged to $4,000 and increased to $10,000 by 2014. This shows the vast difference of expenses in America that has spread into our higher education system.